Hey, this is Matt once again. We're debating the videos of the paid request, this time for different James. This is the same James that requested the two wrestling videos, and he wanted me to talk about Cobra Kai Season 1, Episode 1. Now, I know there's a lot of people that were asking my opinion on Cobra Kai. Have you seen Cobra Kai? You don't review Cobra Kai. What's your thoughts on Cobra Kai? I never really answered much because I never cared about watching the show. I did watch the few episodes of season 1 years ago. Didn't really seem like it was for me, and I kind of just stayed in the back because I knew how beloved the show was. It's getting into like its sixth season. It's very heavily praised. I know you have Ralph Macchio. I know some characters from Karate Part 2 and Part 3 have entered into the fray. Whether it be... I cannot believe... Thomas Ian Griffith, the character of Chosen, the love interest in Part 2, other people have gotten involved with the show. And that's Hilary Swank. At least not yet. But I like the Karate Kid, the original. I love the Karate Kid Part 2. That's really all I needed for Karate Kid. I'm not one of these guys that needed to see a franchise go on and on and on of this nature for this franchise. Karate Kid Part 3 I think sucks. And every step of the way, it's a horrendous sequel. Bad story, awful villains, a dumb finale where your hero, your lead, gets beaten up 85 times, then I take the punch, or like, I hit you and I could win, but I do something to disqualify to let you keep being tortured. I could win, I did a hit on you, then I do something to take it away. And he does that for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh, this is pathetic. The stupid move he does at the end, and for some reason he doesn't trust Miyagi for some stupid reason, and he goes back to being dumber than he was in the first movie. Goes back to like he didn't learn anything in the second film. Like he didn't go through a life and death struggle in the second film. The love interest, which is not a love interest because one was Ralph Macchio was 30 years old and the other girl, I think wasn't she like underage or something? So thus no love. So that went nowhere, was not... The music sucked. Karate Part 3 sucks. The fourth one I can watch as a time waster. I did not mind Hilary Swank in it. I could easily watch that more than Part 3. As a time waster, its own story. It has goofy stuff in it. I don't love the film, but I could watch it as a time waster. I don't hate it. The Karate remake, I tried to give some leeway when it came out because I like Jackie Chan. I like that he tried to do some dramatic work in there that I didn't mind certain scenes, but it's way too damn long. It's about kung fu, even though it was called The Karate Kid. It's way bloated, and Will Smith's son is not that good of an actor. Sorry to Jaden Smith, he's not that good of an actor. He wasn't that good of an actor. He was fine in Pursuit of Happiness. In this, especially The Day the Earth Stood Still, especially After Earth, not that good. I know there's talks of doing a Karate Kid movie that blends the two, because there's Ralph Macchio, but there's also Jackie Chan. Okay. Whatever. That's the thing, like, I like Karate Kid 1 and 2. Yeah, I could watch the fourth one, but I didn't need any more. So when this came out, I'm like, oh god. And that was around the time when this came out, when that stupid video, Daniel LaRusso is the real bully, made my ass itch. Daniel was not the bully in that. If you think Daniel LaRusso, Rob Macchio is the bully, you're a moron, you're an idiot, you're a dumbass. And just like that person that made that video was a dumbass. But he makes this stupid video that got millions of hits that it didn't deserve because it wasn't funny. He twisted all the stuff that happened in the film to his own stupid reasons that people for some reason bought into, like mass hypnosis. I got really annoyed by that. And then I watched this and I'm like, What's next? We don't do a Back to the Future TV show that takes Biff Tanner as the lead character? And Thomas F. Wilson's Biff's apology tour? I don't really want to see that, and I don't care about Johnny. Billy Zabka, I don't mind as an actor. He worked well for what he needed to do, for what he needed to do in The Karate Kid and Back to School. He played a good guy in Shoot Fighter. I think Shoot Fighter 2. He's fine as an actor. I don't mind him. But I did not give a rat's ass about Johnny and what's happened to him after The Karate Kid. And I don't give a rat's ass about following him on his journey, his story. The character was an unlikable prick in the first film, as he was supposed to, that was almost going to murder Ralph Macchio when they wear their skeleton uniforms, and they're ready to bash his brains in until Mr. Miyagi saved him. He did one moment where he decided not to sweep the leg, but he still went out there and did it, and he lost. And I'm sitting there going, it's been how many decades and you still cannot get over it? This thing that happened in 1984, this one little tournament, and you cannot get over it? So now he's a handyman, and he lives in a crap apartment, and he has a crap job, and I think he pretty much gets fired as a handyman as well. It just seems sad and pathetic that none of these folks have gone forward in their life since The Karate Kid. Okay, Daniel LaRusso has, and I'm like, wait, he runs an automotive business with these god-awful, cringeworthy, which I'm sure they're supposed to be, but these stupid commercials where he's karate chopping the prices? What the fuck is this? You know what I liked? Wax On, Fuck Off. The Funny or Die parody with Rob Macchio. That was funnier and more interesting than this. If it's meant to be a comedy, nothing about it was funny. If it's meant to be an action show, you got one little bit where Johnny fights some folks, which wasn't too bad. But then I'm sitting there going, Johnny Lawrence, get over it. When did this come out? 2016 or 2018? I forget. When did this come out? Was it 2018? Yeah, 2018. So 84, 94, 2004, 2014. It's been 34 years later and you still can't get over this? How pathetic and embarrassing is that? And then he's bailed out by his stepdad because he meets this guy named Miguel, which he's racist to, calls the kid Menudo and all this other stuff. And the kid's getting beaten up, but when they press his car, he's like, leave my car alone. He beats them up. Not a bad action sequence, because the camera, for the most part, is kind of focusing mostly in one shot. So it's not confusing, it's not shaking all over the place. It tells me a lot when the best scene in the damn pilot is a sequence from Iron Eagle. And I love Iron Eagle. But what happens is he doesn't want to train the kid. He doesn't know what to do. He got arrested. He got bailed out by his stepdad, played by Ed Asner. And he's watching Iron Eagle, and he's motivated by the words of Louis Gossett Jr. Now, I don't blame him. I love Louis Gossett Jr. May he rest in peace. I love Iron Eagle. Deserves a Blu-ray. The speech that he left on the tape recorder that Dud plays. I love that Iron Eagle got some love in there. I love that it got some mention. I love that Louis Gossett Jr. got some playtime. But that's the best scene in the movie. It just made me want to go rewatch Iron Eagle. So you had the awful Daniel LaRusso car commercial, which was embarrassing. I'm sure on purpose. Johnny he's drinking, he doesn't know what to do, his car gets hit, these kids run off in a hit and run. His car gets towed, and lo and behold, gets towed to LaRusso's auto shop, and he doesn't want it there because he can't get over what happened 34 years ago. And then Dan LaRusso, from what I understand, later on, they much more developed Rob Macchio's character, and he's not a prick, he's not the bad guy, he's not the antagonist. I understand that. I know at least enough about the show that that's the case. But the first notion is he seems like a prick. If you want to get technical, I kicked his face. Wow, nice to see you're a prick. And he finds out that LaRusso's daughter was part of the hit run, so he gets pissed off and he decides, Miguel, I'm going to be your sensei. I'm going to restart Cobra Kai. With the money that his stepdad Ed Asner gave him. And I've seen clips and bits and pieces of parts of the show. It seems like the new kids, I'm not going to give a flying fuck about, whether it be Daniel's daughter or Miguel, or isn't one of them Johnny's son? Isn't it like Johnny's son starts training with Daniel? Something like that. See, I'm not going to care about their soap opera, CW, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or Horse Piss. Rob Macchio, I feel bad for that he can't get any jobs other than to play Daniel yet again. Still sad that the farthest he got is owning an auto dealership. And then they're going to have to deal with the same bad guys like Kreese coming out of the woodwork yet again. Or Thomasine Griffith, who sucked in part 3, and people say, well, he's much better in this. I don't care. I don't like the character. His character sucked. When it starts in a level of suckage, I don't care where he ends up. Johnny, I don't give a rat's ass about Johnny's story, Johnny's history, Johnny crybaby and be butthurt over something that happened 34 years ago. It's not like these characters are other franchises where they're cops, they're soldiers, they go into another situation and overcome the odds and all this stuff. Like Beverly Hills Cop XOF, I enjoyed, and Rambo 4, and Die Hard 4, Indiana Jones 4. Karate Kid was, to me, not that type of franchise. To see them, and they're doing their whole Saved by the Bell BS that they don't go through. To me, Karate Kid died when Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita died. He was an essential part of Karate Kid. He's not around, so to me it's not the same. Rob Macchio, again, sadly he couldn't do any other jobs. He got to come back to play Daniel yet again. Karate Kid, where he ain't no kid anymore. But technically it is called Cobra Kai. And it just seems like a bunch of old fucks still living in the past. I just want to say, move the hell on and stop crying about something that happened almost 40 years ago. Which at this point is not, well, actually, it's 2024. It is 40 years ago. Because it was 30, it is 40 now. They're into their season 6, probably be their last one. Something happened 40 years ago. And you guys don't have your butt hurt. You did this. No, he did that. No, you did this. No, you did that. You're in your 50s and 60s. Get over it. God damn. I don't know why. Just for this, just seems more embarrassing than anything. And in this, like, oh, Johnny Lawrence, the guy never gave a rat's ass about his character. I don't care what's going on in his life. It's like, I don't care what's going on with Biff Tanner's life in Back to the Future. I don't care what's going on with the Crooks and the Goonies. Robert Davi and Joe Pantoliano and what's going on with their life. It's like, let's do a TV show on the Goonies, but we follow Robert Davi and Joe Pantoliano. I don't care about that. Other people do good. I'm not one of them. But I did, like, throughout it, there'll be more about Rob Macchio, and then going back to they're going to be the co-leads. I get that. But, well, Rob Macchio seems like he has a daughter who is a waste of space in there, and her derriere, mental faculties, airbrained, a bunch of teenage angst drama that I'm not going to care about, which I didn't mind in the first Karate Kid because I like the actors here. The actors, a lot of these CW vacuous waste of space actors that they hire nowadays, because there ain't much of actors that can't act the way out of a paper bag in a snowstorm. Can't act their way through a damn school play. This is why I didn't want to get into the show, because I know people disagree and you love it. Good on you. I don't give a rat's ass about the show. I don't give a rat's ass about seeing more Karate Kid. I don't give a rat's ass about Johnny Lawrence. I know Rock Bottle. Great. What do I have more than this stuff? Whatever. Don't care. Do not care. And that's the thing. When I saw the first couple episodes, which I don't remember the other episodes, this was just for episode 1. I'm like, I don't give a shit about this. If you do, good on you. I'll go watch Karate Kid 1 and 2 again. I'm fine with that. That's just my point of view. So with that said, thanks. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.